Hello, welcome to another Tip Tuesday. My name is Mike Latzy, and I'm an implementation specialist here at IndySoft. Today I want to talk to you a little bit more about our equipment reports and how we can add additional schedules to our reports without having to rely on our custom designer, and how we can do some custom captioning within our reports as well. So I have a report here called Turnaround Hot List. If I open this up, it's very basic right now, but what I want to be able to do is kind of have some fields related to, I have a turnaround schedule. I'm also going to include fields for my maintenance schedules as well. And I also want to make some edits to my filter to only show items that have a turnaround schedule. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go into my designer. So in Print Builder is where we work with these reports. And I'm under my equipment category here under General Reports. So here's my Turnaround Hot List report, and I'm going to open this up. And so now we have our additional options button here that we're going to open. And I'm going to come down here to my schedule types / attributes. So you'll see we already have our calibration schedule here. I want to add my turnaround schedule. And I also want to add my maintenance schedule. And I'll say OK here. And then what that does for me is now when I come into our field editor, and let's make sure those are sorted, you'll see I have all fields related to my maintenance schedule. And if I scroll over farther, I have all my fields related to my turnaround schedule. So a couple fields I want to turn on here. I want to show the turnaround due date. I also want to show my maintenance due date. And then I also want to see the last dates on those. So I have a last maintenance date and also a last turnaround date. And actually, my last turnaround date is actually going to be my receive date. So I'll show you how you can create a custom caption for that field here. So let me kind of size these to get a little bit more room here. And one other thing that I want to do is I only want to look for those assets that have a turnaround schedule. And how I can do that here is I'm going to come down to my turnaround schedule fields. And I'm just simply going to say my turnaround due date should not be empty. So that's going to look and say, okay, there's a turnaround schedule, it has a due date, and let's test this, and I get 6 records here. So if I hit select, you'll see I have my turnaround, last turnaround date, the turnaround due date, my last maintenance date, and my maintenance due date as well. Now I want to change my captions here. So how do I do that? Well, I'm going to come into my additional options again, and I'm going to come down here to custom field captions. So when you're setting these up, when I create a custom field caption, the idea here is I need to first specify the name of the caption of the field that I'm currently modifying. So I want to say my last turnaround date is actually going to be called my receive date. Because again, my turnaround schedule is getting created at my receiving event. So it gets that date of the receive becomes that last turnaround date. So I want to make that modification to that caption to make it a little more clear as I'm reviewing my report. I also just want to modify, let's say, I'm going to change my turnaround due date field or my caption and just call this turnaround due. Okay, and we'll do one more here and call this, this will be my maintenance due date, and we're going to change that and just call this maintenance due. Okay, so I've got my fields displayed how I want them, and you'll see once it refreshes here, if I hit select again, now it's showing my receive date, turnaround due on my caption, last maintenance date, and then maintenance due. And I'm just going to go ahead and save and close. And so now when I run my report, I'm getting everything lined up exactly how I want it. Thanks. Have a great day.